Completely gets it. You talked to him at what, the Super Bowl? Combine.
Yeah,
It was a combine.
Right.
You liked him, right? He said
Yeah.
a lot of the good things. He's got the confidence, but
Yeah.
you listen to him talk, you're like, man, that's a guy who gets it. And then you have the complete opposite when you hear reports of how he acted in the team meeting.
Well, he was misguided through the process of the draft. He needed an agent. That's where they messed up. You know, he and his family and his dad, I think, just overestimated how much of a slam dunk top 5 pick they thought he was going to be, obviously, right? And how they should go a part of the process. And just as you've heard, he kind of took it more like, oh, you're supposed to be recruiting me, instead of like, no, you're got to impress them. And then they go, oh, wow, he's impressive. We want to take him. Yeah. This isn't college where we're like, we're dying to have you because you're a 4-star or a 5-star. No, they're making an investment here. Things are different here. So, yeah, they want to recruit you to a degree, but no, it's really your job to sell them on you. And that's where he failed a little bit in the process. But the things he says and the way he's acted other than that are phenomenal. Yeah. The way he handled the draft in itself was phenomenal, right? You know, I do give him credit for that. And within that, I don't know, does it bother you, right? So I had this talk a little with Florio this morning because Florio's like wants him to be a little more angry or a chip on his shoulder. And that doesn't bother me. One, what I look at, you know, I understand a chip on your shoulder, and some people are motivated that way. Some people need external motivation. Some people are motivated internally. He's an internal guy. I can tell that. Always been able to tell that, really. I don't think he gives a damn. He's so used to his name. My dad's Deion Sanders, so he's unfazed by that. He looks at it and goes, no, I want to be great. I want to be Tom Brady. He's been saying that for a few years now, right? So I think he looks at that. And there is beauty in that, or real smarts in that. I'm going to get up and be the best version of myself today and be the best I can be. And as long as I do that, right, things will set themselves up. Instead of sometimes, right, when you do have that chip on your shoulder, you get up angry. I'm going to show them today, right? Yeah. I'm going to do that. Then you get on the meetings and you're still like, I'm going to show them. And maybe you're not as charismatic as the way you're being. Then you get on the football field. Oh, he's open. I'm going to fit it in there. I'm going to show the, intercepted. Oh, you showed them all right with that chip on your shoulder, right? So that is being part of the quarterback, like he said. You got to stay even keel. And I don't think he's going to let that affect him. He's going to approach every day going, no, I want to be great. So I'm going to try to be great out here today and go from there. And I like the way he talks and handles himself. And hopefully he's doing all the right things in the meeting rooms and all that, you know, to further that along as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you can go about it multiple ways. I think it all comes down to what motivates you to put in the extra work and to grind even when it gets really, really, really hard.
That's
you know, it's like you can say, it's like I can be like, I want to get to 15% body fat or whatever. And I can be like, and I internally motivated to do that. And I work out and I'm doing it every day. Or someone says to me, hey, dude, you can never get to 15% body fat. And that's the extra motivation I need. And now I get angry, and now I'm doing it because of that. And so maybe in those cases, it does give you that motivation. But if you can find that motivation without having that chip on your shoulder, I think that's fine. It's just, can you get to that point where you're motivated enough to put in all the work and all the effort? And that's some of the questions with his conversations with Cam Ward. It's just like, want to go make a song. It's like, I think that's the question, right? Does he need that chip to give him that extra, you know, I'm going to show you, and then I'm not doing that song anymore. I'm not doing all this other stuff because I want to prove you wrong. It's like some people need that.
No, you're right about that. Hopefully this process makes him focus more on what is most important. Maybe that's the biggest thing. Yeah. But as somebody that I could tell you that I've kind of done both, like, right, I was like Mr. External Motivation at times a little bit in my career. Oh, I got drafted in the 3rd round. I'm going to show everybody, right? I'm going to put this guy's picture on the mirror in my bathroom because I'm going to wake up thinking I'm going to outwork him and beat his ass today, right? And do all that stuff. But as I got more mature and older, I started to go, no, it's about me. And I want to be the greatest. I want to be great. That's what was getting me up out of the bed in the morning. That's bottom line what it is. And I found that to be a more, you know, what do I want to say, consistent existence. Exactly. As far as being motivated like that, where everything I did was, no, this is going to make me great. This is going to make me great, instead of, this is going to show you. This will show them. I get that. That crept back into my mind every now and then. Yeah. But that was more competition anyways. Like, I remember they picked that guy. I've been working hard. I'm going to be great. I'm going to show them today, right? That's as far as it went. And that's where I feel like he has a mature take on things that way, and I think it's going to serve him well in the NFL because there's a lot of peaks and valleys, as you know. And like you said, you could go to a game, and we watch games every year, and we forget about the context. Oh man, how many games this year did Mahomes play like we just went, that was not that good, and then they won it clutch late, and we went, damn, Mahomes is amazing. Look at Mahomes, right? Yeah. He's amazing. And he didn't let like all the ugliness affect him when he needed to be awesome at that moment. And I think Shedeur really realizes that type of stuff.
I agree with you 100% because I think it's more reliable when that motivation comes internally, right? When it's a personal standard. It's what we talked about with John Lynch when he was on here, right?
Definitely.
It was like in practice, they had a personal standard of like no complete passes. It wasn't because they wanted to make you a rival or like I'm going to show Sims. It was because they had their own personal standard.
Exactly right.
They didn't want to drop below.
Exactly right.
And that was
one of the
consistent.
greatnesses of the New England Patriots to me is this conversation, right? I've been around and know other teams like where they were really good, but it was all over the place. Because 1 week we hate this team, we're going to be focused and all over it. They embarrassed us last time. Then the next week it's like, well, this team's no good. We're going to kick their ass. So there's no motivation, right? You can see there's great teams that go through those peaks and valleys. The one thing I learned when I went to New England and worked there, I was like, man, they don't really give a crap about anybody. They really don't. They don't ever talk about another team, a rival, a coach they hate. Every day, the rival is, you better be your best in here today. We expect this. Brady on the offense expects this. Bill, with his coaches in the defense, expect this. And if you don't, you're going to be miserable because they're going to put the chip on their shoulder just going, you're not living up to our standard or doing what we want you to do, right? We're not worried about, oh, you didn't get picked by this guy or this team didn't sign you in free agency. And to your point, I think the word you said, there's a more consistent way and less peaks and valleys when you're internally motivated over externally motivated.
I agree. We have some video of both Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel
on his shoulder, right? Just because he didn't get drafted and all of that. And yeah, there's that, and he doesn't handle it like a chip, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And now Dillon Gabriel's got to deal with, wait, I was the guy that was drafted before Shedeur, and they're going to talk about Shedeur a whole lot more than me. And more than likely, the guys in the locker room are going to gravitate towards Shedeur more than me. And that's a weird thing and a weird existence, and I feel bad for him there. But, hey, it's NFL football, and what he'll realize, too, it's about you, big guy. It's just about you. You go out there, do your thing every day. Don't worry about all the other crap out there. The coaches will see it for what it is, and just trust in that process right there.
And he was drafted ahead of Shedeur, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know, he already won in the game of the NFL draft.
Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Chris Sims Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.
Nó cũng đọc nó dạy anh tí cái đã rồi điện thoại. Và như vậy mình hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách dán máy tính nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn.
Tạm biệt nhạc nhé.
Đồ quay nghi ấy. Chơi gì vẫn chơi nhưng mà ít. Đi làm nhưng cứ nó đi làm đâu.
Nó làm đâu ai chị nắm nó làm cái kia đấy.
Kệ nó chứ nó không có công an việc làm thì nó chỉ thế.
Nhưng nó có chơi không đâu.
Vẫn chơi, chỉ vẫn chơi.
Thế là phòng Tuấn đấy có phòng Tuấn thằng nào không?
Không.
Không nào?
Không Bình như này.
Sống gọi đấy.
Rồi ba trong. Nó có ba trong mà.
Mày cho nó mượn phòng phong bì nó mượn điện thoại đúng không? Một điện thoại nhất đấy.
Biết thằng nào đấy nhỉ? Hết rồi.
Thì rồi. Nào nữa?
Hết rồi.
Sơn nặng cho nó mượn điện thoại thôi nó cấm à? Hả?
Không phải, hình như nó không có điện thoại rồng.
Nghĩ của nó. Cái nó.
Nó không có điện thoại rồng sao ư? Sao nó còn gì à? Nó còn làm gì á? Sao nó bỏ nhà đi đấy.
Nếu mà mày dám cho nó mượn điện thoại. mẹ gửi điện thoại thằng Nghĩa để cho nó dùng?
Chị nó đưa điện thoại nó cho em.
Thế là lấy điện thoại của mẹ.
Không, nó đưa điện thoại nó cho em, xem đưa điện thoại thằng Nghĩa cho nó á, nó là mượn thì mới đưa nó, chứ là mượn mà hôm nay nó trả.
Thế sao nó bỏ nhà ra đi mấy không?
Ừ.
Sao mẹ đó là thằng Nghĩa cho nick Facebook của thằng đấy cho anh Kiên. Thì ở đúng tại năm tuổi. Thế thằng Dương nó học lúc nào?
À,
Thằng Dương nó học lúc nào?
nó chả học với thằng nào,
Nhiều người nữa à?
tại vì nó đi thi nhưng mà nó trượt. Người ta một nhát, thằng Phong này cũng nhát, mà tính nó kiểu lại như ai oai ấy. Ừ.
Ngoài nó ngoan hết rồi. Đó, nó hay nói thế này.
Lúc hay nói thì là cái gì?
Không. Không.
Ấy có cân không vậy à?
Bây giờ
Ấy có cân không? Cái cân cái lý nhất có mà.
đưa đi cho mẹ đi vệ sinh. Những ngày không có con ma kìa. Hai em chơi như kia đi. Hai em chơi luôn. Tôi đi cũng chạy. Quay ừ. Này.
Nóng quá, nó có thằng Nghĩa kìa.
Thằng Tiên nó quay này.
Nó có thằng Nghĩa ơi.
Mẹ ơi.
Ok.
Mẹ rồi. Bà cũng hay mắt.
Nó có thằng Nghĩa ấy là cho nó không đi nó nóng.
Ơi.
Đấy, bê quạt ra cho nó à.
Ôi,